Hey there, apologize about that last live, but here I wanted to show the pouch that the protagonist is carrying in her mouth. This is something similar to what I envisioned that she had on her belt, and this would be the pouch that she was carrying the herbs as well as the white cornmeal and the snacks that she had taken with her for her journey and to eat along the way. So it has, this is a more modern one, of course, but the ones of the past would have something similar, so that you can attach your belt through here. And then this particular one, some of them have snaps, but this particular one has a loop with just the single button, and it's white because I have cornmeal in here. But this is something that is very common, or at least from what I've seen is very common. And what you would do is you have your traditional belt and you would feed an end through these loops in the back. So then it would end up looking something like this. Like once it's actually attached. And so our protagonist right now doesn't want to let the herbs that she collected go to waste. And she wants to make sure that the medicinal properties that she even collected them for are able to help the people that she collected them for. So she's carrying it in her mouth as the mountain lion. And she also has to be very careful as she goes back to the village, because what happens if a mountain lion were to show up right at the edge of town or a city or any village in general? People would panic. Some people might even try to kill it. So she's well aware of those dangers. And so with that, we'll go ahead and continue with chapter 2. Yet despite her struggle to reconcile her two selves, she could not deny the exhilarating freedom her mountain lion form bestowed upon her. It was a delicate balance, a dance between the fragile human she had once been and the formidable creature she had become. As she raced toward her village, she understood that she would need to harness the strengths of both worlds, melding the resilience and power of her feline nature with the depth of her human spirit, to succeed in her quest to reunite with her family. Cautiously approaching the edge of her pueblo, her powerful feline form gliding gracefully through the shadows, she glimpsed the spot where her younger brother often stood, eagerly awaiting her return. Her heart tightened with a mix of anticipation and sorrow as she saw her home within the pueblo, so close, yet impossibly out of reach. The sight was a poignant reminder of the chasm that had formed between her and her loved ones. The warmth of her family's love, which had once enveloped her like a comforting embrace, now felt like a distant memory from another life, obscured by the unyielding barrier of her current form. As she moved silently in shadows, weaving her way through the pueblo streets, she marveled at the familiar sights and sounds, each one a bittersweet echo of her former life. The laughter of children playing inside their homes, the mingled aromas of dinners being prepared in various kitchens, and the lilting memories of her people talking as they gathered for their evening meal, all tugged at her heart. Each sensory memory elicited a profound longing for the connections she was now forced to leave behind, deepening her sense of loss and desire to return to her life as she knew it before. Nearing the home she grew up in, she saw her older brother emerging from their house, holding her father's bow. A skilled hunter, she knew he might perceive her as a threat in her new form, so she chose to remain hidden. She lowered herself in the shadows of a neighbor's house and waited for him to head back toward his new home. To her dismay, he continued to stand outside their family home, talking solemnly with their father about her disappearance. Realizing it was too risky to leave the pouch near her family home, she decided it would be best to place it where her younger brother usually waited for her. She knew he would recognize the pouch, and this way, she wouldn't risk being discovered. Slinking stealthily back through the dusty streets, she kept to the shadows as she made her way back toward the sandstone formations just outside the pueblo. With great care, the mountain lion gently placed the pouch containing the raspberry leaves upon the ground next to where her younger brother would sit as he waited for her. As she looked over the familiar surroundings of the place where she had grown up, countless memories of love and laughter shared with her family now felt impossibly distant, as if her entire life of fond memories belonged to another person entirely, almost like it had never been hers at all. The ache of longing filled her chest, an ever-present reminder of the life she had lost and the relationships that had been severed by her transformation. Yet even in the face of this overwhelming sorrow, a spark of determination burned brightly within her, refusing to be extinguished. She decided that, while it might not be today, a day would arrive when she would be reunited with her family again, whether in her new form or the one they remembered her in. With a heavy heart, the mountain lion retreated from the pueblo, her newfound strength and agility propelling her with each graceful bound. The soft earth seemed to spring beneath her paws, offering a fleeting sense of freedom and exhilaration that momentarily tempered her sadness. As she melted into the shadows, she vowed to bridge the divide between her two worlds, determined to reclaim her humanity and reunite with her beloved family once more. Upon returning to the area where her transformation had taken place, the mountain lion stood amidst the remnants of her previous life, her heart weighed down by the heaviness of her altered existence. As she gazed upon scattered sherds of the shattered canteen and the tattered remnants of her clothing, her mind became a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. As thoughts of her family swirled through her mind, a pang of concern struck her. She realized that they might come searching for her, and seeing her torn clothing, assumed that she had been killed by a mountain lion. The very idea of them grieving under such a heavy and inaccurate assumption shattered her heart. Driven by the desire to spare them this anguish, the mountain lion decided to gather the remnants of her past life, the canteen sherds, her ripped shawl, mangled manta, torn belt, broken jewelry, and ripped moccasins, in order to hide them. With each item she collected, memories of her life before the transformation washed over her. She could almost hear the laughter and feel the love that had filled her family's home, accentuated by the familiar scent of kota tea lingering in the air as if it was only yesterday, for it was only yesterday. Tears welled up in her golden eyes as she recalled the gentle sound of her father's voice and the way she and her siblings would chuckle together at his dry humor. Burdened by the weight of her new reality, she sought a place to lay these remnants to rest. Beneath the protective embrace of a sturdy pine tree, the mountain lion clumsily used her front paws to dig a hole in which to bury her clothing and the fragments of her past life. As she covered her belongings with earth and fallen pine needles, she felt as though she was not only burying the physical artifacts of her former existence, but also tucking away a piece of her heart, preserving the cherished memories of her family and the love they shared. With each step she took, the mountain lion felt the weight of her transformation press heavily upon her heart, the mixture of loss and longing for her family growing all the stronger. Her love for her family and the connections she held dear fueled her desire to find a way back to them somehow, even as she fought to adapt to her new existence. In the darkness of the night, she marveled at her new form's ability to see clearly. The vibrant hues of nature intensified, revealing hidden details that had been obscured by darkness before. Her enhanced vision illuminated the landscape in a way that made the night feel both mysterious and inviting, as if she were seeing the entire world for the first time once again. A complex tapestry of emotions, woven from fear and longing, gripped her heart. She yearned to return to her human self and reunite with her cherished loved ones. At the same time, a lingering sense of despair clung to her spirit, reminding her that she could never openly enter her pueblo again in this new form without risking her safety. The quick visit she had just made to drop off the pouch that had already been dangerous as it was. Had any of the families with hunters seen her prowling through the pueblo streets, she likely would have been killed on the spot, especially considering her unfamiliarity with her new form as a mountain lion. As the last rays of moonlight caressing the earth, she stretched out on a smooth sandstone slab beneath the star-filled sky. With a deep, shuddering breath, she let the gentle sounds of the early morning soothe her weary soul, determined to face the challenges that lay ahead with courage and resilience. While she lay there, the coolness of the stone seeping into her sleek fur. The mountain lion gazed up at the sky, the first stars of the morning twinkling brightly. She took solace in the knowledge that, despite the distance between them, she and her family were still beneath the same vast expanse, united by their love and the memories they shared. And that's the end of chapter 2. So we'll be starting chapter 3, and that's adapt. I almost forgot to put the bookmark in. So thank you everybody for showing up. I will be here again tomorrow to continue on with the first chapter 3. And in case you weren't here from the beginning, I just wanted to show this one more time. This is the kind of pouch that she was carrying in her mouth. This was the kind of pouch that she had the herbs in, and her cornbread that was wrapped in the corn husks, and it's sweetened with honey. Every Pueblo and even the Hopi, we all have, well, maybe not all of us. Some of us speak the same language, but a lot of us have different names for the same one. But if you've had it before, you'll know what I'm talking about. But this one is the one that you would slide your belt through and attach it to your belt. And it has this single loop, so that way you can put your stuff inside. This one's, it's white like this. It's not dirty. This is actually cornmeal. This is my corn pouch. And yeah, but it's in there. I'm not going to like show what's inside. It's just cornmeal. But you would get your traditional belt, and you get one end of this, feed it through, so it would look something like that. And these are really secure. Like, I've worn this particular one while dancing, and in dancing, you're like really moving around a lot, and I've never lost it. It's never torn on me. It's never even budged. It's like, it's solid. It's there. So I just wanted to share that with you. And again, thank you everybody for coming. Mom, thank you very much. I wish you all a good night or day or whatever it is, wherever you are. Let it rain good things for all of us. Good night.